Attenzione, iniziando il Joe and Brian Show.
So, welcome back to another episode of the Joe and Brian Show. Today, we have another match recap of Serie A. We're on match week 6 now, so the weeks are moving quick and fast. I'm Brian. I'm joined by the one and only Joe. Joe, please say hi.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in.
So, we're just going to quickly recap through just all the match week scorelines, and we're going to touch upon the big games. Not a lot of big games this week, and not a lot of interesting games, but I'm going to let Joe tell you more about that right now.
All right, and to get into round 6 here, we'll start with the Friday fixture of Hellas Verona and Sassuolo, where Sassuolo get a 1-0 win. This then brings us to Saturday, where Lazio have a thriller against Torino, 3-3. We'll get into that later. Then we have Parma and Lecce, with Sotil having a great goal to give Lecce the win. Following Inter and Cremonese, 4-1 win for Inter. Love that. Lastly, on Saturday, we had Atalanta and Como being 1-1. And then on Sunday's games, we have Udinese Cagliari, really big missed opportunity for Udinese there. Bologna with a staggering 4-0 win against Pisa. Much needed points in that game. Fiorentina lose to Roma 2-1. Missed opportunity there as well. And we have Napoli and Genoa, with Napoli winning 2-1. And our last game, the most disappointing game of the season, Juventus Milan 0-0.
You know, honestly, I think they save them the last game of the match week because they did it last week with Milan Napoli. They save it for last. They're like, it's got to be a banger. It's got to be a banger. And last week it was, but this week, yeah, not so much.
Merda. It was merda. Brian, let's just jump right into that game. I watched a little bit of it, but I knew what was happening. I saw the stars.
I feel like an expert now. I feel like in my I guess 6 weeks of watching Allegri, I feel like I've seen it all. I've seen it all the years, and at Juve they've all compiled, and I understand it. It's like a Rolodex in my brain. I understand every pass Allegri's gonna make before even he makes it. We all knew how this game was gonna go, and it went exactly like so.
I thought a 1-1. I mean, no goals. 0 goals.
I don't know what you expect. So, look.
1-1.
When you look at this lineup, you look at this Juve team, you go, oh, this looks kind of good. You know, they started Jonathan David, which was arguably a question, you know.
Defensively,
he hasn't really...
in the midfield, a little less than I want.
You got Rugani, which you thought Milan were going to expose like that, but no, they didn't. They played the Allegri ball. They won themselves a penalty in the true Juve manner. I mean, we like played Juve ball against Juve, and we and we damn near won. It's the fucking Juve fucking juju.
But what happened?
The fucking Juve juju. They put it on Pulisic. Some fucking Napolitan put fucking curse on Christian, and he fucking missed the penalty. It's okay. These things happen. But the team needs to pick up and push. And they weren't pushing enough, and the game was basically dead from the beginning. So nothing happened. It's Allegri ball. If you look at it as a Milan point away from home against a big team, arguably a Scudetto challenger, it's a win. It's technically a win.
Yeah, you could rationalize that. I could see that.
But because we should have had all 3 points, yeah, it would have been ugly. Would have been an ugly win, and there's no doubt about that. But we would have had all 3 points had Pulisic just kept it a little lower. Just keep it a little more simpler.
And he's been great. Not to take away from him this season. He's been great, but this was a bad miss. And he apologized on Instagram or something. He was like, "Guys, I fucked up."
It was a bad moment. That's all. And if we can't have bad moments, then it's like, what the hell? Like, these guys are training to be damn near perfect. And if they're not perfect, we're like, wow, what's wrong with you? Blah, 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 ma che cazzo fai? And hey, if that were me, I would not be able to recover from that. A penalty miss like that, no, bro, that's it. I hang up the jersey, the boots are gone. Adios, au revoir, ciao. Like it ain't happening no more. I cannot handle that. I could, and so you gotta applaud these footballers sometimes. Even when things like this happen, just you gotta shrug it off and keep moving. Next game, next game.
So Brian, how did you feel about Bardasagi? He got a start today. He's a 19-year-old from the Milan Academy. He's been getting some appearances here and there. Did he impress you today?
So what do you think about Bartasagi?
I don't know enough. I haven't seen him play enough. He's just one of those names, like, even at Inter, like, we have players like that who just kind of sometimes break through. At Juve, you've been seeing it more so, I would say. Less so at Inter,
So
but
no,
finally with Pio.
so like negative, positive. You don't. You're just in the middle. You don't really have anything to
I'm
say on him.
hopeful. I'm hopeful. It's like any of these young Italian talents. It's like if nurtured properly, and it's like if you're getting the trust of Allegri, you can't be that bad. Like there could be other options that existed.
So that's really funny. You think Allegri started him because he wanted to?
No, of course not. But
I think you forgot that Stupinian got sent off in the last game, and
Yeah.
that's why we had to play him.
that's
That's
fair.
the reason why he started.
But you know what, though? He got
who else
31
were we gonna
minutes
play there?
against Napoli, so it's not like he's not seeing the field ever.
Right. But
But
who
because
else
of
do we
the
have
guy
at left
sent
back?
out. Yeah. I guess actually, who's that
That's our
Swiss
left
guy?
back.
that
That's
you
our
signed?
backup.
Yeah.
He at the Kame, he's a right back.
Oh. Well, all right. Well, let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
he played a perfectly mid game.
That's all I could ask.
6.7. He didn't really do it. I mean, it's a Allegri game. He just didn't fuck up, so I guess that's a positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 19-year-old starting against Juve. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's a success. Take that
Can't
as a win.
complain. It was a successful game of football. Nothing bad happened.
Now, that being said, I say we give this game no more time considering it was a 0-0.
A big 0-0 because, both these teams are Scudetto challengers, but no, we need to talk about the other teams in the league.
Sure. Next up, I just wanted to briefly go over Napoli and Genoa. I didn't really have the time to watch it fully. I saw, though, that Ekator, young prospect, young future Italian prospect, he grabbed a beautiful goal. It reminded me of Thuram's goal against Barcelona in the Champions League last year. Just received this cross from the young Englishman, Norton Cuffy of Genoa. Back heels in. Beautiful goal. Confident. And this player, mind you, is only 18 years old. Genoa recently on fire in the youth development. Their academy is finally cooking. He's already valued at 12 million for context. So his value will only shoot up. He has huge potential, and I'm really excited by this. The rest of the game, though, Napoli clawed back a win, getting 2 goals, one from Hoyland and another from Anguissa.
I actually did watch this whole game.
Please.
Sucked.
Yeah.
It was super boring. Nothing really happened. It was like Napoli like dominating, but not really doing anything. Like the first half, it's like they have the ball, but like they're not achieving anything. It wasn't until like the second half that they really hit their stride. Genoa scored what you describe as like a beautiful goal, but what I saw like live was the most scrappiest bullshit I saw was just like going to the back of the net. I'm like, what did this chance even come from? It just came from nothing. And so I guess
football.
that's Serie A. I mean, what can you expect? Napoli were caught sleeping, and so then that woke them up. And then in the second half they put shit away in the second half, but it wasn't convincing either, which was the problem. So
Napoli
I guess
have had a lot of wins like that. A few games, even the Pisa game I recall, that was a nail biter. But they've been making it work, which is what Conte does. His teams just always find the goal. It's not always beautiful football, but sometimes it is. It just depends.
that's how it is always. Like when he was at Inter, do you remember it always like
Yeah,
being
I mean,
like that? Where it was like
not every game was scrappy, but I would argue that the Inter team that he had was built for him, especially when he had Hakimi and Lukaku. I mean, that was a team that was built for Conte. Like they said, what do you want? All right, here's what we could afford. Napoli, they're doing the same thing, but the team, some of these players pre-existed, some are new, and the new signings are definitely getting incorporated, but maybe not at the pace at which they will. I think this Napoli team, especially with the reinforcements they got, they're going to hit some new strides in the coming seasons on. because it looks like Conte is going to stay. I don't know what to expect from their Champions League run, all things considered. So we'll see if Conte bows out or if he tries. Maybe early exit. Either way, he didn't really have much success with Inter in the UCL, and he did lose the Europa League final, but that was more Lukaku's fault than anybody else's. So no need to harp on that. But yeah, no, Conte wins. I mean, there would be the occasional beautiful game, but it's not that kind of football. Not a Napoli, at least.
All right, so next game then, do you want to talk about I guess you want to talk about the big scoreline in the Inter game or the Lazio game, or do you want to talk about the Fiorentina-Roma game?
Yeah, I want to start with Fiorentina-Roma here.
Okay.
Didn't get the opportunity to watch this game. I saw a little bit of the end, but it was 9 a.m., boys, and, it was... I got to sleep in, right? So, from what I saw, it was the Soulé show. I mean, beautiful goal from him. Also, nice assist on the corner for Cristante. I mean, Cristante don't really score too much, so, must have been good delivery. So that's all I'll say there. Moise Kean, beautiful goal. Had the defender of Roma, I believe it was Indica, he had him staggering left and right, then just rips it with his left foot. Beautiful goal. But Fiorentina...
First goal of the season?
First goal of the season, which is, concerning, but you know what? At least he got one,
yes.
And I think he's a very capable player. So, ultimately, we'll see what happens here. Hold on, Brian. Hold on. Fucking Francesco called me. The fuck? Hold on. I gotta see if my recording got fucked. Allegedly, it's okay. What number? Well, whatever. I'll figure it out. Where should I restart?
Should I pause it too? You want me to pause mine?
No, I didn't pause. Mine unpaused. I just don't know if it stopped at all, but we'll see. It could have been recording. I just wasn't sure. But, all right. All right, I'll just cut in like this. But yeah, Fiorentina hit the post twice this game. Yikes. Dodo with an injury, it also seems. Same with Fazzini. So this team, it's not very deep, and they're getting hurt. Good to see Keane scoring, especially going into international break for Italy. You want him scoring, but Gasperini does it again. Away from home, tricky opponent, gets a win. Roma are sitting really comfortably at the top of Serie A right now.
So, did you expect otherwise? I mean, did you really think that somehow Papa Pioli, the guy who scored no goals, the guy who's won no games, you expected him all of a sudden to start beating Gasperini? Like, I know Roma had a slow start, but I mean, Pioli, Jesus Christ, this dude, what does he do? He does nothing.
Played a good game.
He does nothing.
Played a good game.
One good game. Like,
listen, we have to talk about
when do we have the
Pioli.
Conversation? When
Now.
do we have that conversation? Yeah, because I don't see an identity. Tell me, did you see a clear tactical identity in that team?
Thus far, no. No, not at all. But
That's
the things
that's a big
we have
concern.
to take note. Well, here, let's go through the results just really briefly. And I think Fiorentina deserve this little spotlight. We neglect them sometimes, but they are one of the Seven Sisters. They're a huge team, and they're underperforming. So, starting off their season, it looks like it was Cagliari 1-1. Boom, relegation team. Missed points. A draw 0-0 against Torino. Yikes. You got to at least get a goal in that. They lose to Napoli. That's acceptable. They lose to Como. Not acceptable. That should at least be a draw. They draw to Pisa. They win in the Conference League. Woohoo. And then they lose to Roma. Next game is Milan, which means they're going to win. Just simply off of football gods and just how things work. That is going to be a Fiorentina win. Not because they deserve it, but just mathematically. If not, Pioli goes 7 games without a win. I mean, he can't even be sacked, though, because his salary is too high for Fiorentina. So, yeah. I don't know what to make.
What else are you going to do? They have to sack him. They have to.
No.
They can't.
I
They
think you just have to
can't.
ride it out. I think you have to ride it out.
Look. Because I promise you, they're not. But Pioli's not going to beat me, Allegri. It's just not happening. I don't see a world where Allegri loses at home to Pioli. That dude sucks dick.
I get it. But Fiorentina will not get relegated. They're going to keep Pioli.
Okay, they won't get relegated, but they'll get a win against Rapid Wine, whoever they are in the Conference League, and then they're gonna get their ass smacked again by Bologna because
final.
Bologna know how to play football.
Sometimes.
Then they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose away to Inter, and then you're gonna be like, finally, they're gonna catch one against
Lecce.
Lecce. But Camarda's gonna score a hat trick, and that's just. And by November 2nd, November 6th, they have
Mark these words.
They have Mainz. There's no way they go past the Lecce game and not have at least a record that looks significantly better. If they lose all those games, like I just said, Papa Pioli's not making it to the Mainz game.
Listen, I hear ya, and rationally speaking, I totally agree with you. But also, Fiorentina are a team where, yes, they've been used to Europe, but all said and done, if they don't get it, they're keeping Pioli. At least till the end of the season. I don't see him getting sacked. Also, this is like probably the longest time in Italian history that a coach hasn't been sacked yet. All coaches are still there. And which is interesting because, like, I believe all of these teams on their day could steal points. At any moment, Sassuolo could steal points. Cremonese could steal points. They have. Udinese, they did it to Inter. All of these teams have it in them to make this a really difficult Serie A. Now, granted, the bottom three, Hellas Verona, Genoa, Pisa. Yeah, that's not the most unrealistic candidates to go down. But I could also see Genoa pulling up. I could see Torino falling flat. You know, this league is far from over. And a lot of the overperformers that we've seen in the last few weeks have dipped into the table, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Fiorentina definitely need to wake up, though. Otherwise, this is going to be a bad season for them. One to forget.
It is a bad season. It's a bad season. You can't not call this a bad season. I mean, Moise Kean has one goal. The team looks like it doesn't know what it's doing half the time. Like, they're relying on Mandragora to score all their goals.
Which is,
and
he's a, yeah.
So, and they're sitting in 7th without a single win. And then they're the next run of fixtures look even harder than the fixtures they just had.
I agree.
So clearly the manager is not working. And this team at this rate will get relegated if the manager doesn't change. I mean, there will cease to exist a Fiorentina in Serie A if they don't get rid of Pioli.
See, I disagree.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they gotta spend. You need to get rid of him. He's like he's like a demonic plague.
Who exists?
Anyone.
Who's on the market?
Literally
Nobody.
anyone.
Inter had to
Literally
go for
anyone.
Because there's nobody lying around. I mean, the only name I can even think of is Thiago Motta.
Boom! There you go. Look at that, and it's a step up from Pioli. Like, listen, what?
But okay, here's the thing: it's international break. Maybe in the Florentine HQ, maybe this is the topic of conversation amongst the board members, amongst the owners. Maybe
has to be.
During this international break, maybe Pioli goes ciao. But I don't know.
Shot. Not during.
No, during the international break, get a new guy in. But then again, the international break just started today. I haven't seen any news of this. I'm just a hopeful thinker.
Gotta pay attention to Fabrizio text. The guy.
But yeah,
main alert.
For sure. But all right, we've given Fiorentina their time.
It's just a Pioli hate train right now. Just getting my
Yeah.
frustrations out for having watched that man's football and so many derby losses. So
Him winning a
rant's
Scudetto was
over.
truly an Inzaghi failure. We need to have that conversation about him in a few weeks.
that was not a Pioli success. That was a Inter fumble. We didn't deserve that Scudetto. I'll tell you that right now.
And
Am I happy we
Spalletti.
have it?
Oh, Spalletti's on the market. That's another name for Fiorentina to think about. Mancini as well. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. There's some guys.
Spalletti's all of those guys though are money, so it's like
Yeah, but they could barely afford
know.
Pioli, who's by no means
That's
a
the problem.
rich coach.
That's the problem. But he just got a bag from Saudi, so that's why he's like coasting right now.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I wonder how that'll develop in the long run here. All right, so now we're going to talk about Bologna and Pisa, which I got to be honest, I expected maybe a 1-0 win for Bologna. I had nothing remarkable in my eyes, but this was the Cambiaghi show. He's been a young guy. He's 24 now. I guess he's not young. Jesus. But then again, I'm 23, so maybe I shouldn't be judging.
We're
people by
young,
their
Joe.
age.
We're young.
We're
chill
young,
out,
right?
chill out, chill out.
We're good. Okay. So Cambiaghi, he's been around for a little while. He was at Bologna last season, 1 goal, 3 assists. Not really that remarkable. But he started off this season really well. I'm impressed with him thus far. He initially scores the goal or got the assist, one of the two. And then Orsolini slots in for him. Make a long story short, he won a red card, goal, assist, man of the match. This is great. It was all him today. This game could have been a little bit more difficult for Pisa. They have some interesting players on their team. Nobody super, outstanding, but Akan Samiro, Inter youth product, he's really developed recently, and the club is talking about bringing him back next season and incorporating him to the squad. So, listen, young profile for Inter, 20-year-old Nigerian. I definitely hope he makes something of his season here on loan. Low stakes. He's fighting in a relegation team. But yeah, for Bologna at least, Dalinga had 2 assists. Odegaard with a great goal. And as I said, Orsolini earlier. Not too much more to say, but this is promising. Vincenzo Italiano definitely needed these points.
Yeah, Bologna and Cagliari are the 2 teams that shall not be slept on. Them and Cremonese, but Cremonese is still Cremonese at the end of the day. But Bologna and Cagliari should be teams that should be respected when coming up against, because these teams can put up tough performances. Although
The Sardinians.
Udine played the Sardinians, and that game was only 1-1. So, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, but it's still those 2 teams are still tough.
For sure, and just to quickly speak about that game, not give it too much attention, but Udinese should have won. They skied so many chances. That was just unfortunate. Cagliari, though, good luck. Good job. They're getting the results. That's all they need to do. Not too much expectations from them. After that,
typical
we
Serie A
have,
game.
well, yeah, very, very standard. Safe bet, everybody. Take a draw on that. Atalanta Como, just really quickly, I didn't really watch too much of this game. I was a little distracted during it. Samadicic gets his first goal in basically like a year, which is insane. So good for him, I guess. Hope you like Atalanta. I could have been at Inter, but your father's a prick. So anyway, Perrone. Brian, talk about this goal.
This whole game was scrappy. This whole game was like, it was like a mess. First of all the goals came in the first half. So Marzic scores like immediately in the 6th minute. So that put me in a bad mood watching it, because I have fantasy points on Nico Paz here. And Nico Paz did nothing this game. So
played an okay
whatever.
game, but not good from a fantasy standpoint.
Yeah. I'm complaining over some young guy just not playing like world class is one day. But the goal from Perrone was like this cross to like the back post that like he mishit, and it just floats and just beats the keeper. And it's like the way he celebrated, he didn't even really mean it. He you could tell he was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I just scored!" Blah blah blah. Everyone's laughing, but it was just like,
yeah, it hit off like the corner. It hit off the other corner. Just gently rolled in. Keeper swats it out. They call it a goal. I was like, "Are you sure?" But they were.
Yeah. So it hits like the back post, but then or it went like bar down across the. It was something so weird, but it barely crossed the line, but it crossed the line, and by a few inches. But but that was it. That was the end of the game. After that, nothing happened. Just turn off the TV, move on.
Yep. The only thing else I'll say here is Atalanta playing some younger guys. Bernasconi at left back. Anor, as we spoke the other week, he's also starting. Suleimana, not super young, but 23. Good to see him in the team as well. And also Lookman with his first start of the season. So, yeah.
They had to.
It was a difficult situation. I wonder if there's a January sale imminent. Turkey, maybe. Galatasaray.
No, I think he finally gets integrated back into the squad, and I think they're trying to make something happen. And I think Atalanta
depends on how this
buy
season.
some more players. They need to buy players, too.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they're in 6th place right now. They have some injuries. Skamaka's hurt, I'm pretty sure. But he's always hurt, which is a problem, something you should maybe think about. Zalewski's hurt. So, yeah, I mean, this is a desperate situation. But, I
Everyone's
Atalanta
hurt.
this season,
Backer's hurt.
they're not title
Skamaka's hurt.
contenders. Yeah.
Zaleski's hurt. De Roon's suspended.
Oh,
The
he's like their center
Kettelera's
back
injured.
sometimes.
Kolasinac is injured. Scalvini's injured. Belanova's injured. Kosonu is injured. Bro, they have like 7 people on the bench. They used 4 of their subs, and then the other 3 subs they have, 2 of them were keepers, and 1 was a defender. So it's like, it's a miracle that Atalanta fielded an 11, got points, almost won. Well, I wouldn't say almost won, but this is a good result for Atalanta, I guess.
Here's where I see Atalanta this season. I don't see them in the top 4 race long term. I think they'll fall to 5th or 6th respectively. I think we'll see them get out of the group. They'll, depending on their draws, they can make it interestingly in the round of 16, maybe the Champions League, and bow out successfully. And it's not a good season, but for a new coach, I think that's acceptable. And clearly, with the Lookman situation just being as difficult as it was, you're not having your best player for 5 games of the season against some interesting opposition. I mean, yeah, you could see where the drop points come, but they haven't lost yet. Undefeated. So give them a little respect on that at least. Next game is against Lazio. That's a big test. Not because Lazio are the greatest team in the world, but they're no relegation team, So a win there is helpful for them.
Lazio, I mean, they played Torino.
We got to bring them up,
in
right?
Torino somehow, I guess, decided to do something and look like a real football team, and they scored 3 goals against Lazio. But Lazio decided to play football as well, but they saved it for the 90th plus 13th minute to score the 3rd goal. I mean, they took their time with it, but it came eventually, and it's just like, oh, what even was this? Like, Lazio, what are you doing here? Like,
I mean,
Come
it's
on.
simple. This game was very simple in my eyes. Lazio were always going to draw this game. I just didn't expect it to be a 3-3. Quite honestly,
Too many goals.
Cancellieri, 2 goals from him. He's been great this season. Like Cambiaghi, we just spoke about before. Listen, 23-year-old Italian winger. He's been around the league for a little bit. He looked interesting at certain points, but not always performing. Now, he has 5 starts this season. He's got 3 goals. His average match rating is through the roof. Like, he's breaking out. And granted, it's Torino. They're not the greatest team in the world. But, considering that you're also starting alongside Pedro at 38 years old, I mean, it's not like they're the most difficult team in the world. They have Haja at right back. He's 31. I mean, Provedel himself, 31. I mean, this team isn't young, I mean, there's a couple of guys. Old. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was older, frankly. Cataldi at 31.
That's some age, Provolone.
It's hard to judge Lazio just because of the transfer ban, so I understand why they're not going to have a good season. But they should just stick it out with Sarri, all right? That's all you can ask for. Finish mid-table. Hopefully Lotito sells or just injects some money in, and then you can go back to a normal 6th-place finish next year. But
they gotta shore up the defense, though. The defense it's got to be sure, though. That's like football 101. You got to shore up the defense.
Listen, Romagnoli, he's not a terrible player, right?
He's not a good one.
Not a bad player either. I think they're both respectable levels for Lazio. Tavares was so good last year. Okay, Lazzari at right back as a regular starter is probably not who you want. It's a position to look at. They have Rovella typically in the midfield, maybe another midfielder to join him. I mean, they never really truthfully replaced Milinkovic-Savic. I mean, the team isn't terrible. I mean, Tati Castellanos, he had a really good game, but he's 27. He's a Correa respawn. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's a little bit better than Correa, but not by much, He's one of these players. What you see is what you get. And at Lazio, they don't really have anyone worth too much money, and they also don't have anyone really, like, that they could sell to buy a new player. Like, it's kind of a dead project. I mean, I think this team truthfully deserves not mid-table, but in the coming seasons, without proper investment, I mean, other teams are going to, like, take their place. I don't see this Lazio team, especially without a stadium. I mean, there's just not money coming in.
Lazio are in a precarious situation, but I guess Lazio kind of have been overperforming these last underperforming, overperforming. They've been Lazio these past few years, and so they're
Yeah,
gonna continue to be Lazio for the next few years. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, but this is what it's like as a Laziale. Life sucks.
yeah.
It
It's
is
not.
what it
It's
is.
not. It's not a good existence.
This has also been a week full of a lot of young guys in the league, a lot of names that aren't really known, stepping up, really
Which is
proving
good.
themselves.
This is good. I
We
think it's
saw like,
early.
go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. No, you got it.
I was just gonna say that we've seen a lot of young guys score, and we saw a lot of young guys. I'm sorry, no, we've seen a lot of young guys score, and we've seen a lot of young guys really, develop into some pretty good players. Especially Boni. Boni had a great game apparently.
We
I
gotta
mean,
talk about my boys.
it's Cremonese. All right, I know I just said put some respect on their name, but at the end of the day, I mean, 4-1 with a Boni hat trick of assists. Like what?
I mean, I'll take you through this game. It's a very simple tale. Inter started off the season hot. 5 goals. You're like, wow, this could be something. Then you get a reality call. That's called Udinese. 2-1. Following that, you have Juventus. 4-3. So you start to believe in Kivu because you know what? You're away at Juve. That game was 3-3. Silly mistake, 4-3. Not his fault. That was a positive sign. Then you win in the Champions League. And then you beat Sassuolo. So you're starting to get some results together. Right? And then you beat Cagliari, and you're like, okay, we can beat the lower level teams. And then you start beating Slavia Praga, so you can do it at that level as well. And now you're beating Cremonese. To me, this is perfect for Inter. They've had a good, easy start to the season to ease the players into the manager. They showed promise against Juventus. And ultimately, I think this is great for Inter. Now, Boni, I have to give him his time. I mean, Inter signed him to be the mini Marcus Thuram. Guess who was injured today? Marcus Thuram. Boni stepped in. 3 assists and a goal. I mean, I'm thrilled. To be honest, from my bench, having PO2 also sensational. Having these young guys has changed Inter. Not having Taremi or Arnautovic. And I know it's early in the season and it's not crazy good opposition, but these teams can steal points from you. And getting the win and being the man of the match. I mean, from a fantasy decision, I'm the maestro, right? Like, this was a great choice. But I will also say Akanji has been excellent this season. I mean, Brian, you saw him at City. I'm sure he terrorized you guys for a few years. He's been great. Better than Pavard, I would even say, at this point. Definitely one of the smartest signings we've made. He is.
He's definitely
and he's
a big
intelligent.
presence that, yes. Playing under Pep, every player comes back, or whatever team they go to next, they raise the intelligence of the players around them. Because that's what Pep does. He develops players.
Yeah.
He makes them smarter. He makes them look at the game differently. And so then with that knowledge, you have experience at like an expedited rate. So like a Kanji, he gained experience at 2 times the rate under Pep. So he's like low key double the player than Pavard. Although Pavard's an accomplished player,
Pavard was good for Inter, but that was Inzaghi's guy. You have to understand, this isn't, a Kanji. Kivu wanted him. He fits Kivu's style, this fast, vertical, direct football, high pressing, high intensity. I mean, it's great. And all in all, just to kind of round out this game, more minutes from Pio, Luis Enrique, good to see him get some minutes. He's not bad, he just doesn't do enough. Andy Doof, the fan base is hating on him. I'm not going to judge him. Let him get some time. Also, just to speak on Inter quickly, there's actually a friendly match happening on Friday, Bri, in Libya.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's for the Reconstruction of Libya Foundation or something. I'm pretty sure it's an active war zone. I guess it isn't. Please take care of my boys. Please don't hurt them. That's all I have to say regarding Inter. So hopeful things. Oh, also big test after the international break. Roma. Inter's first real test, in my opinion, of the season. Besides that Juve one. But now that Kivu's getting things together, I really want to see this game.
I want to talk about fantasy with you now that we have
Oh,
gone
yes.
through the match
I'm
week.
ready.
There's a lot of players I want to talk about. So right now, I have my team open, and I've
Me
already
as well.
started making transfers. I've already started undoing transfers. I don't know what to do. I'm taking out Lukaku. Well, not Lukaku. Jesus,
Well,
I'm
I would
taking
say
out
first,
Thuram.
Brian, go through your team. Go through how you did
Right.
in this week's
So
round.
I for this match we got Thuram who didn't play, Pulisic who missed a penalty. I think he had 0.2 points. It was really bad. Yildiz didn't score. He came off early. Salamakers standard. McTominay didn't score. Modric didn't score. Nico Paz didn't score. Then I had Bukema who played okay. Terreciano who didn't score. Who didn't play either. Then I believe I had Lukumi at left center back, and he played. I think he got me like my most points. And then in goal, I think I had Skorupski, but fucking they
Oh
conceded, so I
Jesus!
lost clean sheet points there. So I got no points this week. It was a miserable showing. So first of all, I gotta get rid of all these injuries. So I gotta get rid of Duram. I gotta get rid of Terreciano. I don't. I gotta clean up this whole team.
Yeah. So what was your total points just to round it out?
Uh, I think I had like 100 something. It was bad.
Okay. So to get into mine, 3-4-3, Fabregas as the manager. Nothing crazy happening on that standpoint. He only gave me about 6.5 points. I had Sommer at keeper. That lack of clean sheet kind of affected this game. So 7 points for Sommer. Lugumi, I had him as well for 15. Bastoni for 12. Bukema for 13. McTominay for 6. Rabiot for 7. Chala didn't play. Nico Paz had 11.4. Pellegrino, 4.9, missed a good chance. I was upset by that. Boni, obviously the only one who saved me, and Sule as well. So I ended with 155 points. Not my best week, not my worst week, but I'm currently sitting in total, I'm 38th in our league.
I think I saw earlier I was like 40th or something. I can't something like that. 48, 40 to 50, something in that range.
All right, and to conclude today, we're gonna preview round seven's games here. Just a few of note: Napoli and Torino. That should be a Napoli win. Roma, Inter, draw or win for Inter, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Then on Sunday, there's Como, Juve. Too early to watch, in my opinion, but it will be a good
Yeesh.
game. That will be entertaining.
6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the morning there. Cagliari, I could see a draw in that game against Bologna. Then there's Atalanta Lazio, which is a big game for both teams. I think if Lazio can get their shit together, it's still too late for them. But Atalanta, if they get a win here against a difficult opposition, I think this is a really good sign from them. And the best
should
game
get a
of
win.
the match week, Milan Fiorentina. Well, not the best, but one of the best. I
would
think
argue the
Pioli, the ex, the one who brought them the Scudetto, he's taking points. You might not like it, but we might be on the ground here be like, Pioli won 7-0 against Milan. And then, yeah, no, we're going to have to delete this whole episode, frankly. Even me making that
know what?
comment, I should even have said that.
Maybe I should get Moise Keane in the team just in case.
I think just in case. But see how he does for Italy, you know? You don't want him to be tired.
It's true.
Yeah, honestly, Brian, are we gonna have a special guest for the Azzurri special? If only we knew a guy.
We might have to. I think we might know a guy. You know a guy? I think I know a guy.
I know a guy. I think your favorite might return. We should ask him before we just invite him onto the pod. But
Alright,
he'll be there, though,
Let's
probably.
see what we can do, guys. Let's see what we can do.
yeah, like the video. That helps.
Yeah.
Helps a lot.
I want to see 100 likes on this video. If not, we're not bringing back your fan favorite Francesco.
We're trying to make his career, guys. Please, we gotta get him on CBS. That's my goal.
Oh, God, yes! I'm so excited to see Francesco CBS on Paramount. Yes, I need to see that.
But all right, I guess that's all we have for this week's episode.
Yep, this was Joe and Brian from the Joe and Brian Show, finishing off Serie A match week 6. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao tutti.